Hello everybody. I am going to try and get through this as quick as I can. So this it's really important that you've downloaded the Excel spreadsheet from D2L. You've got it up in front of you. So you're going to want to have two screens open. This is how a lot of training happens in so many different areas around the globe now that we have access to internet and video teaching. So whenever you need to do something, if you don't have it done, you're going to pause the video, go over to your Excel and do it on your sheet. All right, I'm going to start at the beginning because there's a few people not there. These are the three jobs, the three accommodations, and the three cars that you've chosen. Now, what you're doing here is you're going to rank them. So either by high, medium, low, your favorite, your second favorite, your least favorite, whatever options you're using, you need to have all three of them in. So the first one here is the job. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be using the Excel spreadsheet to calculate everything. So here I've got $10,000 a month. To calculate by year, I could just multiply that by 12, but we're going to be using this. If you're on a PC, this little sum sign is sometimes way over here. Right? Just look around for it, you'll find it. So we click on that and you'll notice that I get this thing that says sum C5. Now we're just going to click on the cell that we want to modify. So I'm going to click on that and you notice how it stops being highlighted? That's what we want. Multiply is a star. That's Shift 8. And because I want the yearly, I'm going to put times 12. Now, where I had the cursor to start with was in the cell I wanted to be displayed. This here is a downtown condo. On the side, I'm renting it. So I want this price per year. I click on that square, go up and hit my sum, click on the square I want to calculate from, Shift 8, which is my multiply by 12. Now here's a cool thing. I want to do the same thing for the cell down below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to paste it down here. I'm going to use shortcuts from now on. And what happens is that if I go into it, you see now it says E. So this is column E, row 7. So what it does is that this one was 6. So it remembers the relationship that you set up. Okay? So if we need to do that again, all we have to do is copy that cell and paste it. Now, next one down. So this is my artist salary, 5,000. I'm going to just keep doing this so you see how fast it can be. I click on the cell I want to modify, multiply by 12. That's going to give me my annual salary of 60,000. Now, Inglewood Home. This is a home that I'm purchasing for $543,000. Now, for this, on the D2L shell, there is a mortgage calculator link. So you need to go to that. So this one was $543,000. So the purchase price is $543,000. We've been just using 10% around, so I'm going to take off around 50,000. We'll just round it to 500,000. Interest rate is 4%. Term loan is going to be 30 years. Everything else you can ignore. Hit calculate. Now as I scroll down, this payment here, right, mortgage repayment summary, payment with PMI. We're just going to use this. So this is 3,244. This is 3,244. Okay, I hit enter. Another thing I did with everyone in the class is the way you highlight this, if you have a mouse, you click it and drag. We're going to make all of these ones green because they are income. We're going to make all of these ones a light shade of red. Right? You can even do this whole thing like this if you want. This is going to remind us to not put any expenses in those columns. These are all, yeah, that's right. And over here, we don't want any income in these columns. We want them separate. All right, so that's that. Now, how do I calculate 3,244 by 12? Go up to the sum, click on the cell that I want to calculate from, multiply it by 12. Beautiful. Toyota. Now, this one is $35,000 for the car. You go back over here in D2L, there's the loan calculator. I'm going to go 35,000. Interest rate is going to be 2.5%. We're going to do a 5-year loan, and we hit calculate. And this number here, $621 a month. So I type that in, 621. Over here, I'm going to copy that formula. Now notice how it's just copying the formula. You see that? The sum. It's not calculating anything else. Next thing we're going to do is we want to do a total. See this black line that says total? This one's really easy. We hit sum, and then we drag it to include, this says from D5, which is this, down to D7. Hit enter. Now again, I'll do that over here, but you can just copy that over. We only really need the yearly sums. So I copy that. See how it's highlighted those two? Beautiful. Now we can copy, paste. You just paste all these forms right in, and it is going to copy, paste, copy, paste. It's going to just transfer all of those calculations in. Once you have all of these, we have one more thing to do. We're going to go down to this next line underneath the total. See it there? This is going to be our net. And what I would ask you to do is to highlight just that row. I'm going to turn this blue. All right, now we're only going to do this once, so we can copy it. All right, so underneath your yearly income, we're going to go up and hit sum. What we want to find out is what is the difference between our income and our expenses for this option, for option A. So we are going to take the sum button again right here. I'm going to click on my income for the year, the total income. Now on my keyboard right next to the 0 is a minus. Now all we're going to do is we're going to click on the cell we want it to minus. See how that says F8? This is F8. This is the total of my first round of expenses. All you have to do once you have D8 minus F8 is you hit return. So this tells me I'm $85,224 in the positive. So what I'm doing now is I highlight that whole row. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go down to the next total right here. And we paste. Okay, so look at that. It already calculated it for me. Isn't that beautiful? If you know how to right click, you can also do that. Any shortcuts you know. That's the first step. This needs to be set up fairly clean, all three options. I am actually going to use my option B. So I'm just going to go in and highlight that. This is the option I'm going to be using. I'm $13,000 up. That looks great. Okay, so that's the first video on how to set up your planning options. Next video will show you how to program the rest of your Excel spreadsheet. Thanks guys, see you soon.